biggest bear out there, so be it.
You win some, you lose some, but you live to trade another day, live to make another play. You win some, you lose some, but you live to trade another day, live to make another play. Live to trade another day, live to trade another day, live to make another play. Win some, you lose some, but you live to trade another day, live to make another play. Scared money don't make no money, scared money don't make no money, scared money don't make no money, scared money don't make no money. You win some, you lose some, but you live to trade another day, live to make another play. Is it the bottom yet? I'm tryna buy out everything, not gon' get upset, just pull the trigger, let it bang. When I see a trade, I'm hopping in like a Uber to secure my future, up early just like a rooster, eyes glued to the computer, looking for a bag or two. Market cipher on the screen, compliments of trading view. Now I know what I'ma do, buy low and sell high. Even if you try and fail, at least you didn't fail to try. I don't wanna be the type of guy that let fear win. I'm the one that dive in head first and bust my chin. I know FOMO is a no-no, but I still get it in. No, I can't predict the future, but I know I'm bound to win. Later or sooner, I'll be the big kahuna, cause I got big kahunas. I was not scared to get money, I took me some chances and now I'm the big kahuna. And if you scared, might as well get neutered. I'ma keep chasing my dreams, wake up in mansion so big, I need a segue to get from wing to wing. Scared money don't make no money.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Scared money don't make no money. Shout out to Crown Chakra. If you guys have been wondering who is that amazing bullish crypto rapper that you've been hearing in the beginning of the live streams, well, it's Crown Chakra. So shout out to Crown Chakra, who has been putting out the fire, spitting the fire on crypto bars. But yeah, scared money don't make no money. Thank you. Shout out to Crown Chakra for that amazing track. Go support him, follow his channel, and hit that like button on that video. But guys, welcome to the channel. So I saw that Army Piper sent some people here. We got the Piper Academy in the house, so shout out to the Piper Academy. We got some people in the house. We got Army Piper himself. We got JR. Shout out to JR. We got BC Port Corp. We have Steve Hickey. We got Eric Espacino in the house. Shout out to everyone who's in here. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button on the way in. That's the best way to get this algorithm pumping. So today, we are going to be talking about Metamask. So I've been made fun of for years for using Metamask. Everyone's always trashing Metamask. They're like, you use Metamask still? Oh, another example of people laughing at me, making fun of me. And I'm going to have the last laugh, my friends, because guess what? We've used Metamask for swapping. We've used it we've bridged. We've used the dApps inside of Metamask. I mean, we've used Metamask for the past 3 years. So guys, if you have been that person as well, you're probably going to get a massive airdrop. Now, I mean, we're all speculating, here. We don't know exactly how the allocation is going to be, but this is what we're going to dive in today. We're going to dive into the allocation and the rumors and what Joseph Lubin basically said on this podcast that he was just on recently, either yesterday or the day before, basically saying the MetaMask token mask will be arriving sooner than later. So will that be this year? Will it be next year? Are they going to, basically look at how, let's just, for instance, biggest airdrops that we had recently were the Pingu airdrop and we had the Jupiter airdrop. There's probably a couple that I'm missing, but I'm sure there was a lot of airdrops that were pretty bullish, but those two in my mind were some of the most successful, being that Jupiter rewarded its users for on-chain activity, and then Pingu rewarded in on-chain activity in general. It didn't matter what it was. It was just like, what was your on-chain score? And then you were rewarded for your ETH address and your Solana address. So it was both ways you could get that airdrop. So I think if MetaMask does this right, guys, then this is going to be one of the biggest airdrops in crypto history. And I was telling my wife, I mean, I might show her my phone and be like, babe, we just got airdrop $10,000 of the mask token. I mean, it's just, it could be thousands of dollars being airdropped into some of these wallets that have been, you know, adamant everyday MetaMask users, which has been my dumbass. So I might not be looking too dumb now, my friends. So welcome. So I hope you guys have been using MetaMask as well, because we have been we just had this feeling that something would be coming down the pipe with the possible airdrop. And we were talking about this, and then Headband, I've talked to Headband for months and months about this. I'm like, I use MetaMask, so we're going to get an airdrop. And then he's like, you're delusional, my friend. And I literally just, thank you. I just was talking to him about this the other day, and then he sends me the article of Joseph Lubin saying that. He's like, are you an informant? You were just talking about this. And I was like, bro, I had this instinct, this feeling. So hopefully it's not like we might be blowing it out of proportion. Like we might only get, you know, $100 airdrop. And then we're like spinny cap, you know, with our lollipop, with our $100 of mask token. But, you know, if we have any hopium and copium and faith, it'll be thousands of dollars. But all right, so let's get into it, my friends. But first, let's give a couple more shout outs. We got Headband in the house. We got Alexandra G, the mod of all mods. So if you see Alexandra G in your live stream or anywhere in a live stream, then you, my friends, are in the right place. We got Steve in the house. We got AI Griff in the house. Says, let's hope this airdrop has an airdrop, or MM has an airdrop. I have over 400,000 in transactions through there on what? On MM? You'll have to tell me. You have to remind me exactly what MM is. But that's cool. Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be huge, guys. So let's get into a little bit of the price action. So first, I want to show the 12-hour max pain liquidations for the longs and also for the shorts. So for the shorts and for the longs, we're going to check these prices real quick. And yesterday we pointed out the fact that the market was respecting these levels pretty aggressively, actually, like where it just went right into the range, it swept the lows, and then we started to hit right at that point of where we almost had max pain of shorts, and it was about 118. It got very close. It was like 117,900, I think Bitcoin went up to, it actually wicked right up into that max pain level. So this was and oh man, too, if you look at the 45-minute, you can actually see the bearish divergence. And I didn't pay for my trading view, so my indicators got shut off, but we don't need them. It's fine. We can just look at price action. It's all good. But you can see here that we had a bearish divergence on the 45-minute on Bitcoin. And if you were to probably look at the RSI, I bet you'd probably see something like this. You'd see the opposite happening, where you had like strength and then kind of something going like this and then something going down. So I don't even have to look at the RSI. I'm sure that's probably exactly what it looks like, is something like that. Maybe we can even put the RSI on our chart here for the actual Bitcoin trade on PHEMEX. So let's see, we'll do RSI, relative strength index, and let's look at that 45-minute chart, or the 30-minute. We can even maybe just go to the 30-minute. And yeah, look at that. What do you know? Exactly the indicator that we are going to be hitting some resistance and maybe possibly going into a downtrend. So it's kind of like, this is the inverse correlation. If you're going to look at the price action and where you see a higher high, and in the chart here, you see that push up, consolidation down, then another test. And if it can't push, then we've been seeing this pattern a lot. It's usually what happens. We get that retest back down to previous support. What's previous support? Previous support was 114,800. And so this is kind of what's happening right now. So I'm in a position right now where I didn't set my freaking stop loss on this particular trade. So now I'm in a position where I might either have to jump out right now and basically give back the gains that I got from hitting my stop loss, which was in take profit. And I will explain this. Here's my closed positions. Here's my order history, closed positions. Here's 35%, okay? Here's 35% of my closed position, and here's my reopen position where I'm basically giving the gains right back. And I will it is what it is. So I'm gonna market close this right now so I don't get fully liquidated. And I'm going to basically, maybe we might even see it happen on this live stream. We're gonna sweep the lows. And so with sweeping those lows, we might be able to just make back that exact 35% and then we'll try again. We'll just try again. But you could see the liquidation range is being established. Here was where shorts basically where the longs got smashed from this level. If there were high liquidation trades, like or high leverage trades, 50x and above at that point, and then push up to the upside, that's where max pain was happening with the shorts liquidations. And almost at the top of the range, this was the range that we marked. We're like, okay, here's the range, 114, and then here's the potential high that we could hit, which was the Fibonacci extension. But we topped out at 118. So that was the resistance. And maybe if you look even at the 4 hour, that's where we probably had some previous resistance on the chart here too. You can see it, yeah. So some of those levels right there. So pretty good established ranges here. And the next range and support that you could look at is basically in between 114 and 109, 110,000. So I'd say bearish case scenario. I want to give you guys a bearish case scenario for Bitcoin is that we don't bounce off of this and go. We could continue down lower and test into this support. And then the weekend could bring us some very interesting trading, because this market, and CryptoFace pointed this out, where he was like, the weeks have been just awful, and then all of a sudden the weekends all of a sudden get this surprise volume, and he's like, I blame the Chinese. and he blames Binance and just kind of the nature of what's happening with the markets right now. But who knows? I mean, who knows? But what I do know is that regardless of the price action and the volatility, we need to be accumulating strong. We need to. That's been just my best advice. Anyone is going to talk to me about crypto, I just say you need to be accumulating like a robot. Like you need to be figuring out how much money you have left over in the month. If you haven't already done that already, it's very important. We could talk about crypto all day and investing and stuff like that, but if you guys don't have a plan and a structure and even know how much money you have left over in the month to invest, then we're in a bad spot. So we have to get to the point where you have that all figured out, you have that plan, and you are making progress on it every single day. And whether it be you're knowing your numbers, you're knowing exactly what's going in, you know exactly what's going out. If you're a single person or if you're a family, you have a whole, family budget that you have to figure out. And then you're like, all right, I got $500 left over in the month. And what am I going to do with that? And so then that's how you can really nail down a plan and a strategy. And then I think everything else will become a little bit easier, because then you have a framework. You're not just like going blind. You're not FOMOing. You're calculated. You have a strategy. And so I think having exposure into these digital markets right now and all the buzzwords, internet capital, digital creator capital markets and all that stuff and blah, 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 but really what you have to think about is that everything's being tokenized, everything is being monetized in a sense, and these are new rails and ways of people to monetize and raise funds, create businesses, create applications, and use different programming languages that are based on the blockchain. And I think about the conversation I had with my wife the other day when we talked about AI and what is actually going to be the most important thing for people to be learning. And it's about AI and crypto for the fact that AI is going to potentially take your job. So then you need to learn how to use AI because it could be taking your job, because then you need to create a job out of it. And you need to learn crypto because crypto is going to be what the AI agents and the AI companies use to settle AI agentic payments. Ethereum just set up an entire AI team based on all of this. What's the other big company that just set up an agentic payments rail? I think it was Google. And so this is what is coming down the line, is that we have AI being $1 trillion, revenue generating industry potentially over the next 10 years with the big companies. And crypto is going to be basically the back end of all of this. So not to mention the investment avenues through the ETFs, the 401ks, the treasuries, all that stuff. And then you get into the nerdy ecosystem when you go into the NFTs and the gaming ecosystems and all of that stuff. That's all has value in it as well. But we are basically investing in basically Amazon before it took over the entire industry when it comes to delivery, web services, and selling everything. This is how you have to think about crypto. Crypto is $4 trillion. It's so small right now. So this is why I'm so bullish about accumulating right now and not really caring so much about the price action. Even though we do cover it every day, it's kind of hard not to. But yeah, we just have to be accumulating like robots. And this is what I've talked about, is this might be a good 3 steps for a successful bull run. Okay. It's very simple. Diversification. Have multiple exchanges and wallets set up. And you also want to have a hodling and taking profit strategy. So combining those 3 things and finding how how you're going to set up your strategy, this is going to help you with a lot of the stress, the anxiety, the FOMO, all of that stuff that can kind of knock you off the tracks. This is just tried and true. And I've learned my lessons over the years, like where I've had different amounts of crypto. I've had my crypto like where I couldn't access it because of the exchanges going down. I've learned that basically having a pretty strong like diversification into Bitcoin and ETH over time against other alts has basically outperformed. Like I've noticed that like you can still get exposure into altcoins, but a lot of it's been a means to just acquire more Bitcoin. That's just what I've learned. So having a diversified strategy is really important. And you kind of start to learn over time how to allocate and have maybe 60 to 70% of your portfolio in Bitcoin or whatever you're going to consider as your like blue chip hedge. You might think it's Litecoin. I don't care. But whatever you think is going to be the good, but people would digress, because if you were to have bought Litecoin over the past 4 years compared to Bitcoin, you'd be down substantially. It's embarrassing. So that's why the Bitcoin maximalists still kind of have that last laugh of being like, hey, you guys can do your altcoins all day. But when it comes to actually true DCAing, Bitcoin's been the champ. It's literally beaten everyone. And then Ethereum's been the only thing technically that has outperformed Bitcoin during bull run seasons. That's actually a fact. Ethereum has outperformed Bitcoin in terms of percentage gains in the runs. Now, since Bitcoin's inception, it's gone up more percents because of obviously from where you could buy Bitcoin under $1. So compared to that, yes, Bitcoin's done more multiples, but I mean, in terms of where where you could have bought Ethereum and Bitcoin, where most people learned about it, Ethereum from those points gave you more of a return. But if you look at the ETH BTC ratio, see, we're going to tie it all together, guys. We're not just spitting a bunch of nonsense. But when you look and start to learn, and this is how I've learned about the ratios here. Look at how the ETH BTC ratio has acted over each bull market or bull run. There's been a time to have ETH, and which was to be buying ETH. I'll voice it in this way: a time to be buying ETH and a time to be potentially selling it. That was when you'd be buying it and giving some of your Bitcoin to buy some ETH. And then right here is when you would probably be like, all right, I'm going to probably sell some of my Ethereum now to get some Bitcoin, because that was like topping out a little bit. And so same deal here. I would imagine the whales probably thought the same thing. All right, seemed like it bottomed here. Let's load up. Went back into that range. And then there was a time to be, very happy with your ETH profits and consider this to be altcoin season as well. And then it'd be good to have that 20% allocation into altcoins, and your portfolio be looking really good. Your portfolio be looking really good, man. And then look, it did it again. And we're just about halfway up to that point of getting in what we would be considering actual true altcoin season. And so it's pretty interesting here how that is all playing together. Now give me just a second, because we're gonna go. All right, how many people we got watching still? We got 17 people in here still. Okay, awesome. Yeah, so we're keeping you in. We're keeping you entertained. But yeah, you guys can smash up those likes. If we can get them to 20, if we can get up to 20 likes, that would be amazing. But I did just have a brain fart. I was going somewhere with the ETH BTC ratio. But let's get into the MetaMask thing. Let's break down a little bit of this news. I typed in MetaMask airdrop, so I have a couple different takes. I bookmarked a couple different takes. So let's break it down. This guy Simon said, to everyone hyped about the mask airdrop finally being confirmed, you might want to temper your expectations. I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up being one of the most underwhelming airdrops we've ever seen. And so I don't agree. I don't think it's gonna be underwhelming. I think MetaMask, if they're smart, they will do it right. Said, sure, it's possible MetaMask could allocate 10 to 20% of their supply to users, which in total could amount to billions in value. However, it's the distribution that is key here. So he said, this will likely be the wildest distributed airdrop in crypto history. Said, as of June, MetaMask had around 30 million monthly active users. Most of those users have multiple wallet addresses. For example, he said, personally have hundreds. He said, and that's only active users. MetaMask has been around since 2016. So if they decide to reward historic activity, that dilutes the pool even further. So he said, I'm prepared for my $5 from MetaMask. He said, besides, Joseph Lubin has already said the airdrop's main purpose will be decentralization. So the broader the distribution, the better for from their perspective. So he said, hence, I wouldn't be surprised if 100 million addresses end up being eligible, which means the average payout per wallet could be as little as $10 to $20. But I don't see how like where he's getting those numbers from. It's just like, I think those are just kind of like pulled out of nowhere. I'm going to guess $1,000. How about that? I'll guess $1,000. I'm going to be bullish. I'm not going to be as bearish as $10, $12, $20. I've probably paid $1,000 alone just in the fees, probably from swapping in MetaMask. I mean, jeez. So just for comparison, the Uniswap airdrop went out to just 250,000 wallets. Okay, interesting. So yeah, so that's one take. And then we have the actual video of him saying this. So let's play the video. So let's play it real quick.
Will MetaMask have a token at some point, maybe in the near future?
The mass token is coming. It may come sooner than you would expect right now. And it is significantly related to the decentralization of certain aspects of the MetaMask platform.
So that's just like a quick clip, and then and then this person's funny because everyone's been, anytime I've mentioned that I've used MetaMask, people are like, oh, why do you use MetaMask? Why don't you just use Rabby Wallet? And that's always the other wallet that people would direct me to, is to be like, why don't you just use Rabby or whatever, a Rainbow Wallet or something like that. But the ones that I've used consistently in my crypto journey has been Trust Wallet and MetaMask in terms of like hot wallets on my browser or devices and stuff like that. And then I've used Phantom a lot. So once I got into Solana, I've obviously used Phantom. That was kind of like the go-to Solana wallet. So, but I just found this funny. He's like, in the light of the news of the upcoming MetaMask TGE and airdrop, I've updated my wallet tier list. But yeah, that's kind of how I feel too. I feel the same way. So let's break down maybe an article, and let's see, MetaMask and Linnea. So if you guys remember MetaMask, when you first set up your MetaMask, you noticed there was this network called Linnea, and you never used it ever until maybe in 2024, whenever we got the Foxy airdrop, or was it 2023 when we got the Foxy airdrop? But Foxy airdrop on Linnea, if you think about it, was just a test to see how the reaction would be with just getting a particular like token like Foxy being airdropped to users that used MetaMask. Because remember, that was what that airdrop was. If you got an airdrop on Linnea, it was because you were a MetaMask user and you used DeFi inside the app in some type of fashion or way. I got airdropped like 500 Foxy tokens, and I think it was valued at different points at maybe like 100 or 150, and then eventually, I think it was valued at like $50 at one point. So, but that's besides the point. But I think they're going to be obviously, and Linnea is used as the network for the debit card. So I use the MetaMask debit card actually digitally on my iPhone digital wallet. So I just do like the tap to pay, and if you've been on MetaMask recently, you can go right into the card. You can just tap the card, and you basically just do all your purchasing and just stuff like this all within the app. And this is what's going to be coming down the pipe with pretty much everything. I just want to, if you're not prepared for this is what every single financial super app or whatever is going, if it has a debit card linked to it, is going to have some type of crypto mechanism built in with it, with digital signage, your wallet, and having stable coins and being able to use different networks. It's going to happen. So the fact that we're investing in this early is just like, man, I'm so excited for how much money we're going to be making in the future, guys, investing in this stuff. So Joseph Lubin confirmed MetaMask's imminent launch of native token Mask to decentralized platform components, prioritizing active user for rewards. So, and you guys got to remember also too, MetaMask did release a stablecoin. So the MUSD stablecoin and Linnea's ETH aligned tokenomics aim to enhance DeFi integration and ETH demand through synergies. So my guess is that they might encourage people to use the Web3 DeFi and a protocol that could potentially have staking and reward pools for using MUSD and also the Mask token. So for instance, there'd probably be a pair of where you can pair Mask and MUSD and earn yield. Just an example. So there's probably going to be opportunities for that, and that would, obviously build the on-chain, growth and stuff like that in the usage. Strategic moves position Metamask as a Web3 bridge, leveraging 30 million users and partnerships to redefine the blockchain ecosystem integrations. And so during the interview with The Block and other outlets, the token, which Lubin described as coming sooner than you would expect, is tied to the decentralization of key MetaMask platform components, while specific tokenomics remain unannounced early and active users, particularly those engaging with MetaMask swap functionality, because, guys, that's what I have done for 3 years. I was swapping indirectly in the app on MetaMask. And I was also going in Uniswap and going into different dApp applications inside the web browser in MetaMask, but mostly just for convenience and DCAing purposes, I would just swap directly in the app. So the people that have done this are going to get rewarded, I think, thousands of dollars. And I'm just very excited. So I'm just going to I want to put it out there almost like, just that good energy, that good vibe, that Abraham Hicks type of vibe that I'm going to get airdropped like 20K. And I hope you guys too. So Lubin emphasized that the token aligns with Consensus' broader strategy to decentralize infrastructure, leveraging projects like Linnea, a zero-knowledge Ethereum Layer 2 network. And there might be a reason why they are going to be using Linnea for the debit card stuff, because if they're going to really want to actually onboard 30 million people to be using the debit card and the Linnea blockchain, and then they get all this is actually successful and they have the Mask airdrop, I mean, this is going to be pretty cool. So MetaMask's recent launch of its stablecoin further contextualizes the ecosystem of evolution issued by Bridge, a Stripe subsidiary. So built on MO's decentralized infrastructure, MUSD is integrated into Ethereum Linnea with the market cap exceeding 43 million. 42% surge in 24-hour trading volume. The stablecoin aims to streamline on-ramping, spending, and DeFi integration. Lubin suggests that MUSD could play a pivotal role in Mask's adoption, particularly in facilitating decentralized platform features. What I was just explaining about the pairs and the different things and, opportunities to, hopefully increase the hodlability and people, holding a token. And then, because think about it, it's just like when people stake the token, take supply off the market, makes the token, whatever it is, the asset more scarce. That's currently what's happening with XYO. People are jumping on to, want to stake their XYO to earn XL1. So then it's making the XYO token overall scarce. And hopefully over time, the price will go up. So community speculation about a Mask airdrop has intensified, with influential figures like OX Chucks and Techie's NFT suggesting imminent distribution. While Lubin did not specify eligibility, historical airdrop patterns such as Uniswaps, who someone mentioned, rewards for liquidity providers suggest usage-based criteria could apply. The token's potential to decentralize governance and incentivize platform participation has drawn comparisons to Web3's foundational principles, though its success will depend on utility design and adoption rates. So what do you guys think about this? So it's possible that it could be airdrop this year, or maybe in the first of the Q1 of 2026. And so, but this is very, very important, okay? Now, this is key points to warn and highlight, and this is very important. Be skeptical of phishing scams. There might be fake airdrop. No, it's not there might be. There are fake airdrop claims everywhere, and you need to not click on anything unless it is from the actual official page and it's vetted, and you make sure that you are double checking the links. Like if the official page said is this link, you double check that spelling. You make sure if you accidentally clicked on one of those links that you take it off of your history, so then it doesn't, you try and type it in and it pops up and it pops up again. You end up clicking on it again. Please make sure you don't do that. So there's so many ways to get phished and scammed by thinking you're getting the right airdrop. I like triple, quadruple checked that I was on the Pingu airdrop page and the right one, so then I didn't freaking get scammed. And so you just have to really be vigilant, have your eyes open, and just don't click on everything. You shouldn't be doing that anyway. That's just rule number one. So that is very, very important. Okay. All right, so let's give some shout outs in the chat. Thank you. We got Steve Randall Jr. in the house. We got Lasers, Trade Intuition. Thank you guys for coming in. We had Army Piper. I didn't know he was going to be doing this, but he sent over some of the Piper Academy over to the live stream. So we thank you for that. It's super cool when people just do that, and you don't have to beg for them to do it. That's actually what we should do with everyone's channel, is just have a perpetual, like every time one ends, you're being sent to the next one and then sent to the next one. And that might actually get people's channels to grow really fast. And then we just have this, like we just do just a YouTube takeover, you know? Okay, so let's go into, okay. What are your thoughts about Jimmy Kimmel? Because this is very much controversial right now. There's a lot of people that think, oh, you know, free speech is at stake because of this. Cancel culture is getting out of control, blah, blah, blah. You thought the left had cancel culture, but the right's coming in just as hot. And what I had to do was step back from it all and think about it objectively, and think about it in a broader term of, yes, Jimmy Kimmel is a comedian, but he also has a job to do, and it's to be funny. And I would wager to bet, because of the ratings of Jimmy Kimmel, that people don't find him that funny. And he's actually very distasteful. And most of the talking points that he's talking about is all based off of Trump derangement syndrome that Robert De Niro has. They're basically in the same camp, which is basically they just say stuff and they have no evidence. They have no things to back it up. They just go, F Trump, Trump bad, you should think this way. That's not comedy. That's not discourse or discord in a way. It's just you're a paid talking shillhead that's not funny. And you're doing your job really bad. So no wonder you got taken off the air. It's not really about Charlie Kirk. It's just that you suck. Sorry, Jimmy. But and I'll prove my point, Jimmy, if you're going to ever watch this live stream, if you're ever going to watch this live stream, Jimmy Kimmel, I'd wager to bet, go live on YouTube and see how many people show up. Go live on YouTube and do your own show, and let's see how funny you are. Let's see how funny you are. Let's see, without getting the backing of NBC or wherever, NBC or ABC, and having your writers write your stuff, and I would imagine you're probably writing it too, because the writers and your material is terrible. It's just, I would much rather have someone that has the other talking side actually be funny, and I would watch it, because you can't be in an echo chamber, whatever quote side you're on. You can't be in an echo chamber. You gotta like be able to have a sense of humor and also be able to like laugh with everyone. But you just suck, Jimmy. So do a live stream on YouTube, do your own little platform, and let's see how well you do. Okay, and stop crying, because for you to even get sympathy for you getting canceled is ridiculous, because it's just like, bro, you had a job to do and you're doing it terrible. You made some really distasteful remarks and you got fired. And it's not about cancel culture at that point. You just suck. So if you're thinking about it in a different way than what I just explained, listen to what I just said and then rethink it, analyze it. And if you still think that way, that's still fine. It's all good. But just think about it in the terms of, so with someone is just actually not doing their job really well and they suck, then there you go. That's not cancel culture at that point. Especially when it comes to someone being it's like, at that point, do we really need to joke about everything? I mean, gosh, I guess, it's like some stuff I wish could be off limits, but it's the nature of media and people like that have no heart, honestly. That's my honest opinion. I tell that to your face, Jimmy. Do a live stream on YouTube and see how many people show up. Put a 1 in the chat if you feel me on that. Do a live stream, Jimmy. Let's see how many people show up and think you're funny. Okay, so let's see this. So this is some more. This is some more developments on the MetaMask thing. So this development revives 2022 rumors. So like because that's what I remember. There was rumors about MetaMask potentially doing a token, and I always like dreamed. I was like, oh my gosh, if they did do an airdrop, like I'd be like probably the poor lucky sap, that was using it the whole time, that would get a nice airdrop. The rumors following consensus 450 million funding round as MetaMask serves over 30 million monthly active users amid competition from wallets like Rabby Wallet, like we were mentioning, and Phantom. Crypto communities on X have shared speculation about possible airdrops and rewards alongside discussions of Ethereum ecosystem benefits and allocation concerns. Okay. Let's see. We want to give a shout out to the Sproto community. They just like pumped. They pumped this video. I made a video, this was me on the live stream explaining about the ticker Bitcoin liquidity finally being locked. They locked $3.6 million of liquidity. That was kind of one of the major, things about ticker Bitcoin that people were complaining about or that they were concerned about. And now that is done. That's like one of the steps forward in the journey for ticker Bitcoin. So that's cool. But yeah, we made like I said, we didn't make a video, but we, what the heck? I just lost track of where the hell that just went. Where'd it go? Yeah, we talked about it in the live stream, and who clipped this? I can't remember who clipped this. Was this? That's funny. This video got 2,767 views. It's almost got 3,000 views because I was talking about the liquidity. But I guess it was the nature of how I said it and how I said the ticker Bitcoin holders. It is probably one of the best tokens you could buy because we don't even know how to sell anyway. So if you want a token that might have good holders, we didn't even know how to sell. It was not the only reason why I think the chart went down so much because like the whales actually were selling, but the lowly holders in the bottom, we were just like, spinny cap. That didn't care about the project anyway. They sold out. They're gone. And everyone that's left are like delusional holders that don't even know how to take profits anyway. Is that true, or am I being too harsh? And then they reposted this video of me playing the chemical plant zone. This one got a lot of views too. It's so fast. I don't know how, honestly, guys, I don't know how I learned that, to be honest. Like, I was like, I wasn't expecting to learn it. And then when I started messing with it, sometimes my ear with certain melodies and certain things, it can just click. And I just like, all right, I was like, I got it. And I just started, it just popped. So I was like, all right, I got to film this because I might not be able to ever play this ever again. I was like, if I don't get this on camera, I might not be able to play this ever again. So I might as well get it on camera. I'm sure if other musicians, if you're a musician out there, you play piano or whatever it is, like there's like some things that you're just like, holy shit, how did I just learn that? So you gotta, it's like, if you didn't catch it, you know, it didn't happen, you know, video or it didn't happen. But yeah, shout out to the Ticker Bitcoin community. And I think they liked that so much because More Light, who basically runs like the Twitter and the X accounts and stuff like that, he also plays piano, so he's probably a little biased. Yeah, shout out to the Ticker Bitcoin community. They're going to be in Singapore. I wish I could go. Like, I wish OURBIT would fly me out. They'd fly me out to hang out with them in Singapore. And we can do we'd do live streams from Singapore. That's probably going to happen eventually. We'll live stream from Singapore. But they're going to be there hanging out for Token 2049. So that'll be pretty exciting. Let's see. Altcoins as of the hour here. Pump up 2.3%. Pump up 2.3%. What do you guys think? You know, we've been talking recently about the pump.fun live streaming that's happening. Some people think it's a top signal. Some people think it's a bust. And I don't know. What do you think? What do you guys think about it? I think if Pump Fun can get this right, it's going to make people a lot of money. It's going to make people millionaires. It's going to make people rethink how you raise money. Think about Kickstarter and GoFundMe and all those things, but think about it in a gamified investment like aspect. And obviously there's going to be things that are going to be ruggy. There's going to be stuff that's going to be just obviously extractions. But then there's going to be obviously good things that come out of this, like charities, like people being able to start their own business, like from literally zero. Like imagine someone, I'm just giving an example. Imagine some, cute kid, teenager, whatever, has really just super smart, very ambitious, has a really great idea, and just doesn't have the capital or the funds or the resources to be able to get this thing off the ground. They go to Pump Fund. They start the thing, link it to the website, link it to the whole thing. And because they're so genuine about it and they have this idea, and then crypto has all these people that are a lot. Sometimes they're very generous and they made a lot of money from crypto, and they're like, I want to make this kid's dreams come true. And they just freaking pump this stream of helping this person create this company. And that's cool. When you think about that, that's just like decentralized, like straight to the source, like funding and having a stake in someone's like brand or idea. And that's pretty cool. So, but through that modality, if Pump Fund can get it right, and it really does kind of reward the people in that way, and the people who are responsible, which we hope people are, then this could set the stage for the next thing that's gonna be better than Pump Fund. So you have to think about Pump Fund as the start. It's not the top signal. It's just the start. That's how I think about it. And so I'm thinking about this with my own brand. I'm thinking about it in terms of Beancoin. I've talked about Beancoin on this channel. This is my brand that I want to build from the ground up and try and, potentially get angel investors or capital investors to want to get behind this. I'm just starting it on my own. We did like a tester kind of launch of just like super simple launch, no advertisement, just being like, here's the thing. But the idea is there. And so I thought about it. I could do a stream that's all focused on building the brand up, and then you're investing in the stream because of the whole concept of it. And then I can set up a mechanism where I'm rewarding people back in the token of whatever the fees I generate or whatever it is. And then we take those fees directly. You can see it that I'd be investing it into buying the coffee, getting the coffee roasted, using it for marketing funds or advertisement. And then it would just be you could run it in all kinds of different models, but that's just an example of how with your own company or brand, you can use just a portion of the market and where there's funds to be accessed through Pump.Fund as not a means of extraction, but a means of being able to raise funds. It's no different than Jack Mallers with his company 21 being like going to all these people and accessing capital because they're going to be managing and buying Bitcoin. It's like, okay, let us, the small guys and the people that are just the quote simps out here trying to do something, let's access capital in our way. That's how you have to think about it. That's taken in a way more broader spectrum of, whoa, that's what creator capital markets means. When you hear that buzzword, that's what that is. That's how you have to think about it. So, do I have a different view on Pump Fund now? Yes, because you have to let things marinate. At first, some things seem super scammy, and there's aspects of it that are just like, okay, I don't like that, but then you gotta let something like this that is basically, if you can't lie, was the most used and best technology and thing that came out of basically in this particular season of crypto, was the launch pads and the ability for anyone to create a token. That has been the biggest tech, and also ETFs. That's it. It was this and ETFs. everything else has been done. It's not like that, like everything else has been done, but the whole aspect of the tokenization being now across the board accessed in different ways like this is like, so if we can get this right, then it's not the top, it's just the starting point for the new markets coming in. Yeah, and so that's the thing, like, here's the thing, because I already have Beancoin tokens. I made a supply of Beancoin tokens for my own, like, to where I can basically decide, okay, I'm going to take like all of this supply and create a liquidity pool. And then I'm going to take those the LP tokens, and then I'm going to burn them. And so that's my whole plan, is I want to airdrop as much tokens as I possibly can. And then I'm going to, with the investments of whatever, if I have a token that's with the pump fund deal, or I'm getting creator funds, I'm going to use that to set up a liquidity pool, and then I'm going to burn it. Like, it's going to be like, and then there's only going to be like 0.5% of the supply, you know, whatever it is, that's just going to be out. So that's the goal. That's what I would like to do. But then if I end up doing this pump.fund stream to test out this idea that I want to see how it goes, I'm curious to see how that could play out. So don't know, but yeah, Headband mentions like, just wait till there's another new tech that comes out, or a new, it's going to be the applications and the super apps that end up dominating. So think about what Robinhood announced just a couple weeks ago. They're doing a social media thing aspect. They're just basically building the buzzword, another buzzword is super app. So super apps is what Coinbase is trying to build. They're trying to, where you can do everything in one app. Crypto.com has this, where you're trying to do everything in one app. X is trying to have everything in one app. Super apps. So you just have to think about what powers the super app. Blockchain, because that's how, you know, stop, Aussie. Flick the bean on pump fund. Stop it. That's good. That's really good. Oh, we got Julie Kennis in the house. Let's go. I like how I just made everyone a moderator. So then everyone just has a nice blue wrench. Everyone's got a wrench. That, I know. Someone said that the other day, flick the bean, and I was like, you gotta stop it right now. That is that stream actually might, if I name the stream that Flick the Bean coin stream, it probably would make $1 million market cap, and I would be generating thousands of dollars of creator fees on these pump streams, and I would 100% be donating a lot of that to Aussie for the name alone. That's too. Stop it. It's too good. Oh my gosh. But yeah, what's up, Julie? Yeah, we got to get you. Or no, it was Scuba Gerbil. Sorry, no, was it No, it was you, Scuba Gerbil. It was you that said that. Oh my gosh. All right, Amazing Coins for You says, I've been buying LFG, Pico, and Zebic. Yes, that was you. That was you, Scuba Dribble. So yeah, it wasn't Aussie. Yeah, no. So yeah, but Aussie and Scuba, I guess everyone actually. But we actually want to do this. We have to get the Google Docs set up, but we're going to have a shared Google Doc, and you'll be able to go in and add your address to it. And so what we're going to do is collect everyone's Solana address, and then we are going to airdrop you some tokens. And you'll see it arrive in your wallet. It's not going to have any value to it because there's no liquidity pool set up yet. But the idea is that when the liquidity pool is set up, you can do whatever the heck you want with it. But the kicker here is that you'll be able to buy coffee with it. That's the whole point, is that you can use your bean coin to buy coffee beans, or you can do whatever the heck you want with it. That's the whole premise of it. That's been the whole premise of it. That's the whole roadmap of it. And eventually, when we have enough money to build out an actual application, there's going to be all kinds of stuff that we could really implement into it. But simple fact of the matter is that we just want to do like a coffee rewards incentive kind of program where you buy the coffee, you get airdropped the token, you can use the token to buy more coffee, you can use the token to buy merch on the store, just stuff like that. It would be super cool. And then inside of that app, we would have like maybe a social media like a message board where you can post pictures of your coffee, post a picture of yourself with coffee, whatever it is. If you're a barista, picture your, nice latte you made or something. And also, if we were generate enough money and have actually a pretty decent treasury built up, we would then also partner with the Growers Alliance and start getting like super bullish on actually doing things that have to do with sustainable growers. I mean, it can just go down the freaking line. It's a grand idea that I've had for years, and I think that if anything, I see so much potential for it to grow by using these modalities of just the capital markets. There's liquidity everywhere that you can access. So, and with something like this, I think, people like coffee. The whole RWA idea is cool. You know what? I'll give this company one, because Insane Labs actually does this. This is what they do. I don't know if you know about Insane Labs, but they are a RWA where they make supplements in the United States, and they have a token. So same concept, same thing. It's, but for supplements. So it's not like I'm reinventing the wheel or anything here, but I think this is the best time to be trying to test out creating a crypto brand and company, so then we can get versed in how our new economy is going to operate. And so, they did actually, they airdropped me some tokens. I think it's still in my Soulflare wallet. I think that's what it's in. All right. So let's see how the charts are happening. Let's see how Bitcoin's happening. Did we get a reversal at any point here? Because we probably missed our entry to be able to go back in because we've been yapping our freaking trap. So, let's see how low we went. Okay, all right. Are we gonna get back in now? Is it the time? You think this is it, or is it the fake out and we're gonna really sweep the lows? So I need your help, guys. I need your help now. Are we gonna really sweep the lows? I said that was probably gonna be a good bounce point right here or right here. Woo. I don't know. You think that's the bounce? I mean, we'll go for it. I mean, we're not staking too much on this, so we'll see what we can do here. All right, Trade Intuition says, awesome show, has to go. Thank you, brother. Make sure you guys go check out Trade Intuition's YouTube channel. Oh, Trake? Jeez. Intuition. I can't freaking type. That took way too long to get that out. All right, everyone who's watching right now, go and subscribe to Trade Intuition. He's getting close to breaking 2,500 subscribers. So definitely go over there and subscribe, get those numbers up, and go and like all the streams, you know, any of the videos that are uploaded. It always helps to like them and leave comments because it helps tremendously. It helps tremendously. You guys have no idea how much it helps. It helps so much with the algorithm when you do that. Like, I'll show you. So recently the subscribers have been doing, it's been consistent. It's not like, but it's just consistent, you know, consistent gains on the subscribers. And what really helped was this XYO video. And I'll just tell you why I think it did well is that people really they hit the like button. They were hitting the like button on this one. It got 31 likes. So we can just look at this together because I'm sure, because like almost a couple of these people that are watching right now are crypto content creators themselves. So if you're interested in how maybe if you want, because I posted this about 2 days ago. So this is over 2 days. It's got 424 views. The watch time hours have been pretty good, 30 hours. The typical watch time is about half the video. It's about half the video, so that's good. You want people to be watching at least about half, you know, of the retention rate. So like you can see here so they about above typical average. You start getting into about half the video. And then I'm about keeping about 35% of them almost through. So it's like, that's the goal is you want to be keeping about at least like a 50% retention rate through the video. You're not going to, because people's attention spans are like screwed up right now. It's like, this was a 10-minute video and that's not even it's not that long, but you can see the average view duration. This is what people really have the attention span for, is about 4 minutes. It's about 4 minutes and 20, about that much. So what I can do and what you can do is say, okay, if that's the average view duration, what if I just make a video that's 4 minutes long? And do the same thing, model it the same way, but condense everything into 4 minutes. And then your average percentage view ratio actually might go up to like 80% because that's how much people actually want to watch. And so then you have 500 views of average view duration of 4 minutes, which is the length of the video, and then a 80% average percent view ratio. So I'm getting there. I'm figuring this out. I'm cracking this YouTube code. And you can see that by the thumbnail and the way that I uploaded it, I let YouTube cook on it. And my video was found 80% by YouTube search. That means YouTube pushed my video. That means by people searching and they typed in whatever it is, crypto XYO, that's where a big portion of my views came from. And so then now we got to work on where YouTube will recommend my content in the YouTube homepage. Then we're getting somewhere. Then we're really cooking with some gas. Then if we're like, YouTube is recommending my videos about like almost like 25 to 30%, that's going to be where I'm going to just like break through, I think. But this is a good example of like, even just with, 424 views over 2 days, how you can gain the subscribers, you can generate revenue, because this is just from 2 days. I already generated $5. I mean, that's not, you don't think that's that much, but compounded over time, and you have videos that have 10,000 views, and this is growing and compounding. This is how you end up getting a YouTube check every month for like $2K. So then we're getting somewhere. Still is, lasers. Still is. But yeah, this is I'm liking tracking the metrics like this on these videos. Yeah, so like for instance, Julie, what have you generated? Because I'll show you, like, so for instance, like here's my views. The video that's actually gotten the most views was the one that I did with the Da Vinci. We were walking around at the Bitcoin conference and we were just talking about memes and we were just talking about Bitcoin. That one, I'll show you how much I've generated from this one. And this one was published in 2024 in July. So since it's been published, so this is from July 2024 up until now, has generated $35. But it gained me 68 subscribers. And this was from about 10K views. That's even with the retention of this one kind of dropping off almost like halfway through the video. So that one's actually, in terms of my uploads, have generated me the most in ad revenue, but then you add it up, you got a few here that are in the over the 1,000 mark. This is one of my XYO videos that has the most views, was 5,500. You look at this one and I generated $23 on this one. And so, but then you have to take into account the lives. So if you're doing lives, that also generates the revenue as well. So for instance, let me go and let me see like views, like whichever one had like the most views. Okay, so Bitcoin is breaking out right now. Like this is the one I did with when I was in Dubai. I was in Carl's studio. Let's go here. Go to analytics, and this one, it's not telling me the revenue that I made, but let's see. Let me go to one that is just like this one. Let's see if it'll show me. It's like $5. And sometimes there was a stream that I think had a Trump theme. It was when Trump was announcing something. I generated like, I think it was like $15 or $20 because it was, it was this one. Yeah. $152 because it had a major ad revenue come in and also people were super chatting. But it was like, you could see how if you just keep grinding on these freaking live streams, guys, I think it will eventually pay off if you can really figure it out and start to kind of crack into the algorithm. But I really do appreciate you guys so much. For subscribing and watching the channel and just being a part of the community. We call this the Dano Dojo crew. So you're part of the Dojo crew. You know, crypto is like a martial arts studio. Like you have to like, you're going to be bopping and weaving. You're going to be, you know, taking punches and you're going to come out a little sore. But man, when you come out the other side, like you are going to be like Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, Jet Li, you know. So it feels like that, but we're getting stronger and stronger, and we're going to do it together. And in this journey, we are going to, I'm just saying, like, you know, we're trimming the fat. We're trimming the fat, baby. We're getting nice and lean. Hiya! Yeah. But Julie is saying she wants Richard Hart on the stream. Yeah, I would love to interview Richard Hart. I think a lot of people are seeking that and searching for that. And I know that if Richard Hart ended up coming on my channel, there would be a lot of people angry that the fact that they didn't go on their channel first. But I don't want to say that I'm like compared to like if Richard Hart was going to look out into the cryptoverse and the crypto scope, I don't know if he would recognize my channel as a channel he would be like just jumping to get on. But I feel like though I have covered Pulse Chain in a unbiased nature because I don't have very much staked in the ecosystem, but I think I've covered it in a way that gets people at least interested and not just listening to the parrot mouthpieces that say, Pulse Chain's stupid or whatever. And they just don't, they've never tested it out. They've never even tried to like add liquidity or even test out the damn thing. So I feel like I've covered it in a good way. And I would genuinely love to pick Richard's brain about his ethos and his mission about marketing and why he's emphasizing so much on the marketing aspect of crypto and about Pulse Chain. And so I want to see if that actually could happen. I'd like to think that he would be interested in having a conversation with me. That would be cool. And I would love to see if I could get my hands on some of those devices. And I get frustrated because, you know, these people out here are getting these devices and they're reselling them. They're trying to 3X them. The pads, those boogie boards cost $100, I guess. And so people are reselling them for like $1,000. I gotta see, where is it? It's like Gabriel Haynes. Is it Gabriel Haynes? Who's that? God, what is it? Gabriel Haynes, Pulse Chain. Why is that not popping up? This is terrible. Pulse Chain devices. Yeah, here we go. To everyone receiving the free Hex and Pulse Chain LCD devices in the mail, they are very valuable and desirable. One is being fiercely bid for on eBay right now, and it's at $1,055 with 74 bids and still 3 days to go. This was on the 18th. This was yesterday. It's like, man, and it's just like I want to get these, and so then I can give some away to my community. I can give some away to you guys, and then I can give some to people like locally in town, and then I will keep a few for myself and have one for my daughter. And these blokes and these jokers, jabronis out here freaking trying to flip them pisses me off, man. No respect out here. But speaking of that, because remember, while there's all the talk about pump.fun, there is pump.tires. There is the Pulse Chain version of pump.fun, which is pump.tires. And so we'll have to see. Rodney Danfield. Rodney Danfield. I can't think of any clever jokes right now. Except that the joke's on you. Peek. Now this token, I don't know why this isn't pumping. Pikachus? Are you kidding me? Pikachus? That's hilarious. Pikachus. Stop. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. All right, how many people did we get on X? 104. Let's go. 104 people watching on X. If you're really a real person, you'll say hi right now. You'll say hi and put emojis. You'll say hi and put a frog. You'll say hi and put a frog. Do it now. And what I love, see, the thing, YouTube has to fix their way that they send the comments into my chat. Because, for instance, if I want to send that same emoji into YouTube, like, just like one of these, it doesn't. Oh, well, those pop up. Do these pop up? No. Okay, so any of the extra, like, any of these emojis don't pop up in the chat, and then these don't pop up either. But remember, if you are, and if you want to consider becoming a member of the channel, we haven't had very many new members sign up yet, so it'd be cool if we just got like a frenzy of new members sign up right now. Like, it'd be super cool if all 16 of you right now went and signed up to become a member of the channel. And like I said, we're gonna be doing the Bean Coin airdrop. So like, airdrop you some Bean Coin tokens, and then you'll be able eventually to use that to buy some coffee. So, but what we want to do for real is do members only live streams that we kind of do on like special occasions. Maybe we do a watch party. Maybe we watch The Fifth Element or something, you know, together, or stand up or so. I don't know. Maybe we talk about something different besides crypto. I don't know. We just do a big hangout. And then we'd all be on the mic. Like, we'd all be able to just like, it'd be in a big chat room. Like, I'd have the Discord open, or like a Spaces open or something like that. And we'd just hang out. What's the difference between a member and a subscriber? So if you're just a subscriber, you come in, you enjoy the live, you know, but you're just kind of like, you know, you're more of a lurker, you know. If you're an actual member of the channel, then you are VIP status and you are just loved more. No, I'm just kidding. No, I've just tried, like, we had some members going, and then the goal was to really build it up so we could add more emojis. You get to send more, you get to send some emojis in the chat, but then also you get access to when we do members only stuff. Members only content, that means even just like, specifically, if I just post a video and normally it would just go to everyone, but I'm sending it specifically to you guys, that would be the benefit of being a member. And I think it's like $2. It's like $3 or something like that. Super cheap. And you know, I don't have a private any whatever, you know, or sell anything, so don't be subscribe racist. No, I appreciate everyone. I'm just making jokes, but no, if the subscriber, member, who, you know, whatever, no, you guys are part of the, if you're in here viewing and you're in the live, you're part of the dojo crew, and you can, you know, do so as you choose to support in, you know, whatever way you can. All right, so let's look at the price action a little bit with some of these alts right now. So we got the pullback. We got a nice little pullback. Nothing to worry about. I think these are just still great opportunities to accumulate. Brett was looking really hot. Brett was pumping pretty hard, but it took more of a plunge and went down more because of that. And Bitcoin was going up really good yesterday as well. And then that kind of took a little bit more of a hit also, as you can see. Had a really nice, it had a nice little movement here. It was just going sideways, and then it took a little bit of a downturn. Alts in general right now just kind of going down on the downturn of Bitcoin and Ethereum, just kind of following the market price action. All the alts taking a little bit of a breather, no big deal. But what we did do yesterday, so yesterday we took profits on the trades and we took $50 of the profits and we bought Ticker Bitcoin. And then we used, some of the remaining profits and a little bit of the liquidity to go back into some trades. And now we're just kind of currently sitting with this one particular AVAX trade. But at least we managed to do a little bit of our rules. We kind of got, we broke one of them a little bit, but we, for the most part, practiced our rules, and hopefully we can just kind of continue to do that on a nice, consistent basis. But good opportunity to DCA into any of the coins that you are bullish on right now. Anytime you see these dips like this, it's just it really is a great opportunity. So yeah. So there is something going on with this Aster, and we need to see what's going on with this because we haven't dived in, but we know it's a BNB contract coin, and also, let's see, Aster is a next generation decentralized exchange. Okay, that's what I thought it was. Yeah, so it's a decentralized DEX exchange powered by BNB, designed as a one-stop on-chain venue for global crypto traders. It's MEV free, so one-click execution in simple mode. Pro mode adds 24/7 stock perpetuals, hidden orders, and grid trading available across BNB Chain, Ethereum, Solana, and Arbitrum. Decentralized perps and decentralized dexes are the talk of the town, my friends, and we just see how Hyperliquid has been doing. It's kind of like we might need to be focusing on this, the decentralized aspects of these exchanges, decentralized perps, decentralized exchanges. This is pretty cool. So yeah, let's see where the value is right now. This thing, it's already at $1 billion market cap, fully diluted value at 5.2 billion. The max supply is 8 billion, total supply 8 billion. Circulating supply is only 1 billion. So there's a lot of supply still to be yeah, I was hearing about Aster, but I just didn't pay attention to it. I wasn't really paying attention to it. I was catching winds of it, but I wasn't trying to chuck any money at it. Let's see the chart. Let's see the chart. No, it's not it. Oh, I guess that is it, but that's just on MEXC. I don't like MEXC. Well, since they mentioned Arbitrum, let's look at Arbitrum. Like I said, I've been bullish Arbitrum as the layer 2. This might be one of the more bullish layer 2s that gets a lot of liquidity. And we've mentioned this because it's number 7 in terms of 24-hour DEX volume. The DeFi, the total value locked also in terms of chains, and the stable coins is over it's over 3 billion. It's 3.6 billion. So it's getting up there with base. And, so I just kind of feel like that could give more value into the actual token. We'll see. Do you guys hold any Arbitrum? when we do. Oh, did I say that? You guys are children. All right, guys. I think that's it. I think that's all we're gonna cover. That's all we're gonna cover for today. BTC blah blah blah. We'll see if there's anything pressing. First ever XRP backed stablecoin loans go live on Flare. Okay. First US spot XRP and Doge ETFs break the market with record inflows. All right, let's see. Explosive first day volumes of XRPR was a fast gainer from the word go with product ranking and 24 million in volume. Let's see. The same can be said about its counterpart, the Dogecoin tracking Rex Osprey Doge ETF, which debuted on the same day and likely reach about 2.5 million in daily volume. However, within the first hour of it going live, trading activity surged to nearly 6 million. That's shockingly solid, adding that most ETFs see less than 1 million on their opening day. This is a unique spot crypto ETF. The Rex shares and Osprey funds operate independently but work together strategically to launch spot crypto ETFs. The XRP-R fund is set up similarly to the Rex Osprey Solana, which if you're tracking this, you can see that's what is Rex Osprey. That's who is part of the Solana ETF. So yeah, now we're gonna see XRP and Dogecoin in this list of ETF flows that we're gonna be tracking. Let's go. And with all of that, everything that we've explained as to be bullish on crypto, this is how it's looked over the past 5 years. We've only had a few spikes in interest, and we're still trending down in interest for crypto. In the past 90 days, it just like from August, it was just like no one cared again. And I hate to be the one that is going to have to be on this freaking live stream and this platform to not have to say I told you so, but to just say, come on, guys, it's okay. It's okay. I know you should have been here already, but it's not too late. It's okay. Come. We will have a live stream and something for you to watch while you come in. So I'm ready for this spike to start like blasting up into the freaking like 150 range, like way over 100 of interest over time. Hopefully within the end of the year or at least Q1 of next year, because these people like are gonna have to wake up. It's time. It's time to start opening the Pandora's box of getting into crypto. It is time. All right, my friends, thank you again for tuning in. I think that's all we're going to cover for today, unless you guys have any questions, concerns, or anything like that. We can maybe do a little 10-minute Q&A at right now. So what you got? What you got for me? I guess like the way that I like, if people ask me like why would I even be thinking about investing or being into crypto? Well, I would say that digital capital markets and just capital in general in the world can only go so many places. And I would wager to bet that because of how we operate in this world, with everything being on our phone, everything being digitized, We've seen the evolution of things dying off in the past and how we just don't do certain things anymore, use certain stuff. And that would lead me to believe that if I have an opportunity to invest in the infrastructure of said evolution and the path that we're going, then I would want to just be like doubling, tripling down, because that is our opportunity in this day and age to be investing in something like, we've given the example of those early companies that are now dominating the sector of tech. And so it would just be really imperative for our future survival, and knowing that also the government and the Federal Reserve, they print money. The feds print money, and it's showed that by them printing so much money, it has made inflation and the prices of things go up tremendously. And because of that fact, we have to invest. We have to have something to hedge against the fact that that's being devalued. So my answer would be, that is why I'm investing. That is why I think that investing and being able to live off a passive income over time is what is going to actually give you the freedom and for you to be able to actually quit your full-time job or whatever it is. That's how you're actually going to be able to do it. Questions? Concerns? Anything? No? Okay. I'm going to give you guys 10 more seconds to throw something at me. That's funny. Scuba Dribble said, I tried to throw something at you, but it just hit my screen. Lasers is asking for, what do I think about Say, AKT? AKT is a Kosh, right? Is that a Kosh network? Yeah, Kosh network. AKT, a Kosh. They're just getting beat down. I mean, they were kind of getting beat. I mean, it was just beat to the ground. But I think it finally probably looks like it's kind of getting out of the woods, but also it's just like, woo, thing got tore up. Say support, really good support here. Really good support right in that spot. So I'd say maybe like at $1 or like 97 cents dollar would be a good support. Still probably good to, if you're thinking like if you're accumulating for alt season, probably good bottom accumulation. Say was one of the most recent networks that MetaMask added as functionality. So if you want to like get use the Say network, you can use it on the MetaMask, on the MetaMask wallet. Let's check Say. I think we did a charting of Say. Yeah, Say we charted, and it's actually in Wyckoff on the daily. And if you look at the daily, there's very much established ranges. Here's the bottom support range of the Wyckoff. Here's the test into previous resistance in the middle range. Here's resistance at the top. So you can see that we're completing the reconsolidation, because what's interesting about the Wyckoff, if it does it successfully, it does a big W, tests back up into the end of it. Then it does a shorter, smaller W, and then it does the same thing. And then it eventually will try and test back into this range. So for say, it's actually looking really good, because then now you found some bottoms, you found a range. And if you're just accumulating at 32 cents to then catch this run, which would then be a 120% run to test this, test that altcoin. Because this is basically what's happening with a lot of altcoins right now, is they are trying to test back up to where they topped out in December and January. Simple as that. If they're doing it, probably buy those. It's probably as simple as that. Like, not financial advice, but if there's any coin that looks like this right now, which is a lot of them, if your altcoin looks like this, probably a good buy, because then that means it's really testing strength to get up to test back where it was. You know? So when I compare those two coins that I just charted, you know, like, we're looking at AKT. That doesn't look as good. It's like the whales aren't accumulating a Kosh network. It's like, that's just not really happening. But you go back and you look and say, looks very different. Has a lot more legs. It's like, if that was the case, if that was this chart looked like a Kosh, it would be like this. It would be down. It'd be like that. It'd be trying to test those lows right there. But that's not happening. It actually has strength. So that's actually looking pretty good. Okay, so other questions in here. Let's see. Casey, if you're still in here, are you still in here, Casey? Casey asked, what do you think about XYO? Well, man, I'll show you my channel and show you how many XYO videos I have. If you go and you just go and type in XYO, these are the videos that I've made on XYO. I've made a lot of videos on XYO. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 videos. And I've talked about them on a live. But yeah, no, I dig XYO. It's one of the first altcoins, ERC20 altcoins that I found in 2021. And I've just kind of stuck with them ever since. And it's been something that I've used, like the Coin app. I've tried to understand a little bit more of the ecosystem and the potential of what they could do. And I feel like more of this is a slow build of just betting on RWA and geolocation-based data infrastructure and just data in general. They've been doing and involved with data for a long time. So I've just kind of picked this one as like the company that could potentially get a lot of market share. I could be wrong. I mean, I totally could be wrong, just like we all could be so wrong. But if I'm looking at this as a channel, man, I'm ready to hold on for the long term to see what happens in 2026 and 2027 of this thing getting, hitting these Fibonacci extension levels, just kind of trading in a channel like this. We have the layer 1 launch. That's also a big catalyst. Layer 1 launch, big catalyst. And with the XL1 token, if you want to learn a little bit more about that, I did make a video on it. And so you can learn about the staking opportunities that are happening right now with that token. And you just think it's kind of the basis of what a lot of DeFi protocols and also chains are trying to do. Like, for instance, Pulse Chain having a multi-token model where you have PLS as the gas. It's a layer 1. You have a DEX that is the PLSX that has a buy and burning mechanism. When things get bonded and people do liquidity on here with their token, there's a buy and burn mechanism when people make trades. Incentive token is the token that is given as the incentive reward for providing liquidity in the ecosystem. Hex is the staking mining aspect of the DeFi. So it's kind of like this is the basis of what XYO is essentially now doing to have more scalability and more throughput for their data blockchain, So So yeah, I'm pretty bullish on XYO. Definitely fits into things that I like to talk about, and I think it has a pretty good upside potential. It's just my opinion. I think if anything, if we're going to be breaking into even just the all-time highs that we saw from the previous bull market, and you can see the momentum building, that's a 600% move to the upside. 600 or 700% move to the upside from the bottom that we're at right now. And then if I really truly like where I think it's going, I mean, this is going to be a 1,000, a minimum 10x. So I'm bullish. This is my gem. This is one of these gems that I'm like, I can't have known about this damn thing for that long and then not make a crap ton of money on XYO. I would be really upset with myself. So I would be very upset with myself because I've had different balances and different points, and I hate to say it, but I've dropped the ball on a lot of different points in these markets, man. And so I've learned my lesson. It's called, you better hold and accumulate as much as you freaking can if you believe in something. Because look, for instance, like right here, I didn't have as much XYO as I wanted to, and I missed out on like a big gain. Well, I say I didn't miss out. I just didn't even sell because it wasn't worth it for me. Like I was like, man, I'm just gonna I just took it on the chin. I had to take it on the chin and be like, look, now I just gotta buy more right here. It is what it is. Same with ticker Bitcoin. I haven't sold any ticker Bitcoin. I just keep buying. Being a delusional believer in my bags. But all right, guys. I think that's it. I think that's all we're going to cover. Thank you so much again. Thank you for all of your support. I appreciate and have very big gratitude for all of the support you guys have been giving me over the past however long. It really means a lot. Make sure you guys hit that like button on the way in and out when you come into the live streams, and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts, anything you'd like me to cover on the next live streams, or if you want me to make a video like I did on XYO, and if you liked that kind of content, what coin would you like me to do a deep dive on and make a video on? I would love to see that in the comments. And if you want to just like tag me in a post on X, you can just go to @DanoCrypto904 and you can tag me in a post and say, hey, I'd love for you to cover this particular coin. And I will do my best to listen to you guys and hopefully provide some content that you enjoy watching. And with that being said, I love every single one of you. Thank you. And we'll see you on the next live stream. Shout out to all the people that were watching on X, YouTube, across all platforms. Thank you so much. We'll see you again. Peace.
This token is the end game. It's the shitcoin of shitcoin. I mean, imagine telling your coworker you're quitting because Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 and you coin. Boom! Imagine the media reporting on Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 and you. Ticker is Bitcoin, breaking 1 billion market cap. Now, unless you hate money, go ahead and visit
HPOSNI.com.
Hey everyone,
I just wanted to show you a really quick metric that I found fascinating. So 41% of the people that have been watching this channel and actually liking the channel and the content have not subscribed. 41%, but I will say 58% of you subscribed. Amazing, you guys are doing awesome. But I want to say that the people that are not subscribed yet, please won't you consider subscribing to the channel and joining the Dojo crew where we are educating ourselves in the markets every single day. We're live streaming Monday through Friday, and we're also posting content on a daily basis that is keeping up with these cryptocurrency markets. And this is where the money is flowing right now, guys. So if you want to get these updates, you want to be ahead of the game, I suggest you start subscribing and dinging the bell to be notified whenever I go live and post content, because you do not want